Hi guys, this week we're dealing with an interesting topic. It's all about what happens when you have contradicting information from different sources, but they are measuring the same thing. It's contradicting information from the same source. What do you do as an analyst is what's coming up for this week. Stay tuned for the rest of the video.
Time, 19 minutes, 55 seconds. Distance, 3 kilometers. Average pace, 6:38 per kilometer. Workout completed. Time, 1 hour, 33 minutes, 57 seconds. Distance, 13.39 kilometers. Average pace, 7:01 per kilometer.
Hi guys, this week we're dealing with an exciting topic. I just came back from a run and I wanted to do cases where at work where I'd have two or different systems that actually give out different outputs. And in this video, what we decided to do, I decided to go for a run and I opened up two apps on the same phone, two apps, and surprisingly both of them are tracking activities differently. I had the Nike app that was tracking, it was prioritizing other things compared to the Strava app, which was prioritizing other. What it meant is the length of the run became different in the two apps. The Nike app had said I ran a little lower, a little less than the Strava app. And in the case that you are trying to impress people that you ran for longer, of course you will use the Strava app. But if you want to go to the Nike store and you show them that you're an avid runner, of course you're gonna have to show them using Nike app. So that's one of the reasons why you end up at work being given two systems and you're supposed to analyze two systems, but you're analyzing the same thing, but it's giving you contradicting information. Simply because the marketing department might be using one system that works for them. The project management department might be using another system that's working for them. And for whatever reason that they are doing, you might have to sit, like in my case, I'm a financial analyst. I'm going to have to verify with all these people to say, tell me how many hours were logged and how much the project produced. Once he spit out the numbers, I need to verify that their numbers is the same as my number. But there might be cases where such thing happens, and there are ways that we can mitigate it. In the example, as I'm running, let's assume I can be able to download a CSV file or an Excel file of both the Nike app run and then both the Strava app run. Now I have the raw information. I can put it together and I can create the manual adjustments. In accounting, I think they call that a correcting journal, where you know that one system says one thing, another says one thing, but you know that system B is supposed to be the correct one for that measure. So you take the total, the variance, and then you bring it into the system. It might be from cost accounting transparent system, you're taking it into SAP, which is the ERP system, and then you create a journal so that it can be together. Sometimes you might actually leave the two apart. You don't have to create a correcting journal into this other system, or you don't have to make them match in a way. You can just leave them separately, and then you tell your client, your recipient, that you know what, today we are analyzing what's coming from the ERP system, and then today we are analyzing what's coming from the activity-based costing system, whether it's transparent or whether it's SAS. It doesn't matter what system it is. The first thing that from my side, that I would suggest, try to tell your people what are you analyzing. If they know what they're analyzing or what they're looking for, like the Nike people, they would expect from the Nike app. If you're part of the running club, their competition or their whatever activity submissions was on Strava, then I would send using Strava. But there are cases where you would have both the two systems running as a backup. So when ERP starts to go bonkers, you can take the stuff from your activity costing measure and then use it as the backup to this one, so that you know that you didn't lose everything. Like in my case, I would make the run using the two apps to make sure that if, for instance, something happens with the Nike app and I'm supposed to be sending to the Nike guys, I can always go back to say, guys, I had the same time, but the Strava one was interrupted. Your Nike one got interrupted for whatever reason, you don't know. So it's always good to have both of them there. I had many of those instances, like I said, with the transparent and ERP. I had many of those as a sales analyst where we had to have numbers coming through from the call center guys on how much did they convert, numbers coming through from the value analytics guys saying how much did they send to the call center guys to convert, and numbers coming through from all the other guys saying no, we never actually sent that much numbers to be converted into sales. But the nice part is, at the back of your mind, it's always nice to know which system you're running with, and then when you start your report, you can always, if you're doing a Power BI dashboard, you can say number one here, we're talking about total numbers coming from all these different systems, and then you do a nice waterfall graph, or you do a Zebra BI waterfall graph, or if you're still in Excel, you can still use ThinkCell waterfall graph, and then this side you say, okay, this is system A in detail, this is system B in detail, this is system C in detail, and then you have a nice dashboard, Power BI dashboard. You can even do the same thing with Excel, so that when you have different audiences, they can relate to that number to say, yes, I remember that 10,000. Okay, from 10,000, the other one will say, I remember 12,000. The other one will say, oh yeah, I remember 9,000. But both of them will be able to say, oh, that's where my system is coming, that's where your system is, and all of that. And for me, it works quite well, and I'm glad I was able to share that with you. Next video, we are talking about interesting stuff. Non-disclosure in your analysis. I don't want to say non-disclosure, but omissions in your analysis. Is it okay to create omissions? Let's find out in the next video. Thanks for watching this one. Please consider subscribing if you haven't subscribed. If you have, thank you very much. Please leave your comments below so that I can give you more details if I missed to say something in this video. But thank you quite a while.